Josh Freese isn't just a drummer, he's a force of nature in the world of modern music. With a career spanning over 30 years, more than 500 album credits to his name, and a reputation for versatility and perfection, Freese has quietly shaped the sound of several generations of rock, punk, and pop. He may not always be front and center, but within the music industry he's a legend. Born on December 25, 1972, in Orlando, Florida, Josh was practically destined to be a musician. His father was the conductor of the Disneyland Band, and his mother, a classically trained pianist. That musical upbringing sparked a fire in young Josh, who was already performing professionally at Disneyland by the age of 12. While most kids were still figuring out how to play their first chords, Josh was performing full gigs, and by 15, he had already started touring and recording with professional bands. This early exposure to the professional music world shaped his fearless work ethic and gave him a head start few musicians ever get. Throughout the 1990s and 2000s, Josh became the ultimate go-to session and touring drummer. His range was, and still is, astounding. He could effortlessly switch from the chaos of punk to the precision of pop, from industrial aggression to alternative rock finesse. He became a full member of the Vandals in 1989, later joining Devo in 1996, and was a founding member of A Perfect Circle in 1999. He also played with Nine Inch Nails during a critical stretch of their career, and at various times was the studio and touring drummer for bands like Guns N' Roses, Weezer, Paramore, The Offspring, and more. Despite being one of the busiest drummers on the planet, Freese never lost his love for music or his reputation for being reliable, focused, and incredibly talented. But even for someone as seasoned as Josh Freese, 2023 brought a new challenge, one that placed him squarely in the global spotlight. Following the heartbreaking death of Taylor Hawkins, the beloved drummer of the Foo Fighters, the band was at a crossroads. How could they go on without Taylor? After a period of mourning and reflection, the Foo Fighters made the difficult decision to continue. And when it came time to choose someone who could honor Hawkins' legacy while bringing his own voice to the drums, they chose Josh Freese. The announcement of Freese as the Foo Fighters' new drummer was met with a mixture of excitement and scrutiny. Many praised the choice. Freese was technically brilliant, emotionally aware, and had a long history of playing with big acts. He seemed like the perfect fit. As the Foo Fighters returned to touring in 2023 and 2024, Freese delivered powerful, heartfelt performances. He never tried to be Taylor Hawkins. He honored him instead, with grace, humor, and dignity. His chemistry with Dave Grohl on stage felt natural, and fans applauded his presence in what was clearly a very emotional era for the band. Yet behind the scenes, not everything was as smooth as it looked. Sources close to the band began whispering about internal conflicts. While Josh was widely respected for his professionalism and perfectionism, some said that creative disagreements had begun to surface. There were subtle but persistent clashes over songwriting input, setlist decisions, and even the structure of upcoming tours. Freese, known for his honest and sometimes sarcastic humor, didn't always vibe with the band's tight-knit, emotionally driven dynamic. In addition, managing grief and rebuilding a band's identity is never easy. While Josh brought unmatched skill, some insiders suggested that the emotional core of the band, especially Dave Grohl, was still struggling to adapt to a new lineup, even 2 years after Taylor's death. Then, in May 2025, came the bombshell. Josh Freese was out of the Foo Fighters. There was no big press release, no dramatic statement. The band quietly announced that they were going in a different direction, offering little explanation. Fans were left confused. Why would the band part ways with someone so talented, who would help them rebuild and perform during such a delicate period? Josh, never one to remain silent or overly serious for long, responded with a tongue-in-cheek post on social media. He shared a list titled "Top 10 Possible Reasons I Was Fired from the Foo Fighters." Among the hilarious entries, "I whistled the intro to My Hero too much backstage," "I hugged my poodles more than Dave hugged his guitars," and "I demanded a drum solo after every song." Fans loved the humor, but they could also sense there was more going on beneath the surface. The tone of the post was light, but the message was clear. He didn't fully understand the decision either, or if he did, he wasn't ready to explain it in public. The Foo Fighters, for their part, remained silent. No further explanation came. And for a band that had always been about brotherhood, transparency, and resilience, that silence was loud. Fans began speculating. Was it just artistic differences, or did the band never fully feel right with anyone other than Taylor Hawkins behind the kit? Was Josh too much of a pro in a band that had always thrived on raw emotion and personal connection? Despite the abrupt split, Josh didn't miss a beat. Within weeks, he was back in the studio, rejoining A Perfect Circle and collaborating with other artists. If anything, the Foo Fighters chapter added another dramatic twist to an already legendary career. Freese continued doing what he had always done, adapting, creating, and playing his heart out on every track. His reputation, if anything, was strengthened. He had taken on one of the hardest gigs in rock, honored a fallen friend, delivered incredible performances, and left with grace and humor. Today, Josh Freese stands as a symbol of the working musician's spirit. He's not just a drummer who plays for the stars. He is the star behind the scenes. His journey reminds us that even in the world of rock giants, the music industry can be fragile, unpredictable, and deeply human. Through it all, Freese remains grounded, endlessly skilled, and genuinely passionate. And as long as there are stages to play on and music to be made, you can bet Josh Freese will be somewhere nearby, keeping the beat alive. In many ways, Josh Freese represents the unsung heroes of rock music, the musicians who may not always grace the magazine covers, but are the backbone of countless legendary performances. His story is one of resilience, adaptability, and unwavering dedication to his craft. Through fame, friction, and farewell, he continues to prove that true artistry isn't always about the spotlight. It's about showing up, playing your heart out, and moving forward with integrity. Whether behind the drums of a stadium show or inside a quiet studio session, Josh Freese doesn't just keep time, he defines it. And for those who really know music, he'll always be more than just the man behind the kit. He's the pulse that drives the sound.